Lalit, for you, I have now been in Aditya Birla Group, which is also a large manufacturing conglomerate. So many of us have sort of seen cybersecurity as an area, for a long while. I think what I'm observing now is that in the world of machines and factories, which are all getting interconnected, because what we are doing now here is connecting IT and OT data. And frankly, I wasn't exposed to the operations technology OT world, which is the world of machine and their data. But now we are increasingly connected because we want to take integrated decision making using both of those data. And we have also heard of, some bad actors in other countries taking control of a refinery or a mine or a submarine and this, that, and the other, right? So if we think about that context in corporates and maybe in India and so on, how do you see the role of cybersecurity specifically in this integrated context where ERP and machines and sort of pretty much and external data sources also coming in? In fact, our Indian government is bringing in DPI. So I foresee a world in India where there's, sources outside, we are connected to them, our factories, our ERP. So in that sort of hugely interconnected world, how is the role of cybersecurity that you see changing from, at least we used to think of even only in the world of ERP, and now with this big wide world, what is changing? What's going to happen? What should we be concerned about or sort of learn about?
This is, this is becoming increasingly obvious in terms of how this interconnected world and people are sitting across, right? I think that's where zero trust plays a very critical role, because at some point in time in a bank, we used to have everything within that branch or within the data center. Now people are hybrid, remote, machines are remote. Machines are not just bought, but also given on build, operate, transfer, whatever those models are, right? I think OT, IT is definitely a very important. We know a case where one of the largest automobile manufacturer has their own SOC for monitoring all the vehicles that they have sold in the world, because they are trying to see which kind of an attack happens on their cars, right? There was a very interesting um, article a few days back or few months back, I would say, where the um, toothbrushes that someone was selling in Switzerland was going through a DDoS attack. So that guy was not able to brush because the attacker was upset that he was not paid right by the company and started launching a DDoS attack on those toothbrushes. Right? I think they're definitely now it's a connected world. I think it becomes more obvious as we start seeing it. DPI also plays a very critical role, and the way that world is trying to solve is through zero trust. I do not trust machine. I do not trust the user. And in fact, from insider attacks also, if you have seen, worldwide, they're saying 40%, anywhere between 30 to 40% are because of the insider attacks, which means the guy sitting in the premises, your own employee probably, or your own outsourced employee sitting in your setup, probably there is a compromise on that weakest machine. So yeah, I think OT, IT is an integrated view. Zero trust is probably one strategy in terms of trying to keep a control, monitoring on all these setups.
Yeah, it's very hard for someone like me who starts with trust everyone unless proven otherwise. But in this world, I think you have to distrust everyone unless proven otherwise. So my default hypothesis has to change. Thank you, Lalit.